Why do we get goosebumps? The strange survival mechanism your body never forgot. Have you ever noticed tiny bumps suddenly appearing on your skin when you're cold, scared, or listening to an emotional song? 1 second, your skin is smooth. The next, thousands of tiny bumps appear as if your body has flipped an invisible switch. But here's the strange part. Goosebumps don't actually help most humans anymore. So why does your body still spend energy creating them? The answer goes back millions of years, to a time when your ancestors were covered in thick fur and survival depended on reacting in a fraction of a second. By the end of this video, you'll never look at goosebumps the same way again. Take a close look at your arm. Every tiny bump forms around a single hair follicle. Hidden beneath each hair is an incredibly small muscle, called the arrector pili muscle. Normally, you never notice it, but when your brain sends the signal, these muscles contract all at once. As they pull on the hair follicles, the hairs stand upright, creating the familiar bumps on your skin. This entire process happens automatically. You don't decide to get goosebumps. Your nervous system does it for you, often in less than a second. Imagine standing outside on a freezing winter morning. The cold receptors in your skin immediately detect the drop in temperature. They send emergency signals to your brain. Your brain responds by activating the sympathetic nervous system, the same system responsible for your fight or flight response. One of its commands is simple: raise the hairs. Millions of years ago, this made perfect sense. Our distant ancestors had thick body hair. When those hairs stood up, they trapped a layer of warm air close to the skin, helping conserve heat. It worked like a natural winter jacket. Today, humans have far less body hair. So although the mechanism still activates, it provides very little warmth. Your body is following an ancient survival program that no longer offers much benefit. Now imagine you're walking alone at night. You hear footsteps behind you. Your heart starts racing. Even if the sound turns out to be harmless, your body has already reacted. Adrenaline floods your bloodstream. Your pupils widen. Your breathing speeds up. Your muscles tense. And yes, goosebumps appear. But why? In furry animals, raised hair makes them appear larger and more intimidating to predators or rivals. Think of a frightened cat arching its back and puffing up its fur. The same biological system still exists in humans, even though we no longer rely on thick fur for defense. Your body is using an ancient response that evolution hasn't completely erased. Here's where things become even more fascinating. Have you ever listened to a song that gave you chills? Or watched a powerful movie scene that sent goosebumps across your arms? Scientists call this response Frisson. It happens when your brain experiences a sudden, powerful emotional reaction. Music can build tension, create surprise, or trigger meaningful memories. When that emotional peak arrives, your brain activates many of the same pathways involved in excitement and reward. It releases chemicals such as dopamine, which are associated with pleasure and motivation. The result? A wave of chills, followed by goosebumps. Not everyone experiences frisson equally. People who are highly emotionally responsive or deeply engaged with music are more likely to feel it. Humans aren't unique. Many mammals experience a similar response. Cats puff up. Dogs raise the fur along their backs. Porcupines lift their quills. Even chimpanzees show piloerection, the scientific term for raised hair. For them, it's still useful. It helps them look larger, communicate emotion, or retain body heat. Humans simply inherited the same biological machinery. Evolution rarely throws away systems that aren't harmful. Instead, it often reuses them for new purposes. Goosebumps are one of those fascinating leftovers from our evolutionary history. Think about this. Your ancestors survived ice ages, predators, and harsh environments. Their bodies developed quick survival tools. Many of those tools still exist inside you today, even though your life is very different. Goosebumps are a reminder that your body carries millions of years of evolutionary history. They're like a tiny message from the distant past, quietly appearing whenever your brain senses cold, fear, or intense emotion. The next time you notice goosebumps on your skin, ask yourself, was it the cold, a moment of fear, or a song that touched something deep inside your mind? Because those tiny bumps aren't random. They're evidence that your body still remembers how your ancient ancestors survived. What's the last thing that gave you goosebumps?